Hello folks and welcome back to the Tribute Show, and firstly a massive thank you to everybody for all your emails and feedback. We really appreciate it. Let's cut straight into it folks. I want to say hello to our friend Jeff from the Billy Thorpe Tribute Show. Have a look at this.
Think that I'm crazy, and I know at times I act a little lazy, and if that's my way, then you should know it. Tell all that I need the glory that God is. She's a gal with a flying feet. She's the one woman that I love. She's a woman and I love her so cold. Be Babalula, she's my baby. Be Babalula, no me baby. Be Babalula, she's my baby now. My baby now.
From 100% Kylie, and you're watching The Tribute Show.
Now, getting back to your emails, we've been inundated with emails about Vince and the Zep Boys. Here's a bit more footage on them.
And it's whispered that soon, if we all call the tune, then the piper will lead us to reason. And in and the forests will echo with laughter. Don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. Yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. And it makes me wonder, shorter. Your head is humming and it won't go. In case you don't know, the piper's calling you to join him. Dear lady, can you hear the wind blow? And did you know your stairway lies on the whispering wind?
After the break, folks, Louie Lee Feltrin. This guy is a pocket rocket Robbie Williams impersonator. You will not believe your eyes. Stick around.
There's no girls in a Hollywood bungalow. How you lucky little ladies city night? Just another Los St. Charles city night. City night. City night. City night.
Heaven's gone and heaven's here. There's nothing left for you to fear. Shake your ass, come over here and scream. I'm a burning effigy of everything I used to be. You're my rock of empathy, my dear. So come on, let me entertain you. Let me entertain you.
Welcome back to the Tribute Show, and I'm sitting with Robbie Williams tribute artist, Louie Lee Feltrin. Louie, how are you?
Good, thank you.
I'm a little bit confused, Louie, I've got to say. I actually expected Robin Williams. I was ready for the no, you know, thinking about it, but it's Robbie Williams. And can you tell me a little bit about how you started? You obviously look a lot like Robbie Williams. Can you tell us how that all came about?
I just actually fell into it. What happened was I was performing in my own band at the casino. We were there every Saturday night for quite a long time, and they were filming next door a show called Starstruck, based on the British show. That's about impersonators and people impersonating their favourite celebrities. And I got asked. They said to me, a producer saw me and said they thought I looked a little bit like Robbie Williams, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really think much about it. A few people said it to me in the past, but I just took it on as, you know, you look like this guy, you look like that guy, nothing really too serious. And then they kept asking me over a period of a few weeks while they were auditioning, and so I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. I went, dyed my hair black, tried it, got in. Then I thought I'd better take this seriously, did some research, and then, got into the semi-finals of the show, and then it just all started from there.
Fantastic. I actually remember seeing you on television. I didn't remember if it was that show per se. I actually thought it was Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, it was actually.
I'm glad it was
the guy
that show.
Stole your DVD. Yeah, that's right.
So what do you enjoy about the show the most? I mean, when you do Robbie, what part of the show do you actually really enjoy the most?
I like the fun of it more than anything, because he's such a character and he's a bit of a larrikin. I think that's what people connect to. So I like being more sort of getting out there and sort of pushing it a bit and having a few gags and having a bit of fun with it. That's what I really enjoy more than anything else, actually.
A lot of viewers probably don't realise this, but you actually met Robbie Williams.
Yes, I did.
What was that like?
Not good. He didn't actually talk to me. He just sort of stood next to me, looked me up and down a couple of times, walked past me, sat down. This was his last performance in Perth, which is a couple of years ago now. And it was funny because we were actually doing a show downstairs, and he was on tour and he had a night off and he was staying at the same hotel. So he came down to watch with his entourage. Basically just said that to his entourage to tell me that he thought I was too loud. To tone it down a bit. But I was so nervous knowing that he was there. And it was very surreal, very surreal. Yeah, and then having him sit next to me having a smoke, and he's looking at me, and I'm just shaking thinking, what's going to happen from here? I thought his entourage, like some of his security, going to beat me up or something. But it was, it was good. It was good to know that he came and watched, and there was no negatives on that side of it. But very, very weird.
It's always walking on eggshells. I remember when I met Jerry Lewis in 2009, and that was a little bit overwhelming for me. I went up to him, Louie, and I said, Mr. Lewis, I've always admired you. I look up to you. You're obviously my idol. I love the way you work. I love the way you do your comedy. And I'll never forget, Louie, how he looked me straight in the eye and he said, get out of the way, I've got to go to the bathroom. It was really...
move. It's weird, isn't it? Because you find that, I found that you think you know someone because you study them so much, and then you go out and do their performances and people go, oh, you look like this, you're really great. But then when you actually do it and they're there, it kind of comes home and you go, okay, wow, I don't really look like him. I need to work on this, work on that, and wow, I never noticed that about him. Or you get to see a different side of it, and you realise that it is character driven. It's not, for me, I found that I was not really who I was. It's just what I was doing, and that sort of came home to me a lot when I actually saw him and he saw the performance. That I went, okay, I need to work on this, work on that to get the performance right. He's got these mannerisms, which I just noticed because basically he kept sitting next to me, walking around, watching him interact with other people. I thought, okay, that tattoo is actually bigger than I thought, and because he's this close to you.
Of course. It's an ongoing research, isn't it? Really. I mean, you're trying to fine tune your product, your craft all the time, and you do it really well. We just saw some of your footage earlier, Louie, and I've got to say, I had to take a double take on that Let Me Entertain You. I actually thought, I spoke to our producer and I said, is that the real Robbie? He said, no, that's actually Louie. So you're doing a great job. Thank you. Let's lead out to the break with a little bit more of Mr. Robbie Williams, Louie Lee Feltrin.
His name is Louie Lee Feltrin. Big on talent. His name is Louie Lee Feltrin.
You're such a showman. It's fantastic.
Here he is, Louie Lee Feltrin.
Separate your right from wrongs. Come and sing a different song. The kettle's on, so don't be long. Have you met Miss Jones? Someone said while we shook hands, she was just Miss Jones. to me. Jump on board, take a ride, yeah. I'm an honorary Sean Connery born 74.
Oh, yeah.
There's only one of me, single-handedly raising the economy. Ain't no chance of the record company dropping me. First be asking, do I care for sodomy? I don't know. Yeah, probably. When I can end up like a mountain dance, come on, let me entertain you. Let me entertain you. Let me entertain you. Let me entertain you.
That brings us to this week's trivia question. What was Kylie Minogue's first album? We'll see you after the break. So what was Kylie's first album? Kylie, self-titled, 1988. Our next international guest is Sarah Jayne. Who is Sarah Jayne? She's a Dolly Parton impressionist from the UK. She's not only endorsed by Dolly Parton herself, she's toured with Dolly. Check out our website for more information. This girl's outstanding, and a big thank you from the Tribute Show to Sarah Jayne for allowing us to use the following footage.
Come on now. Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition, yawn and stretch and trying to come to life. Then I jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street, the traffic starts jumping. And folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. We're working 9 to 5, wide awake to make a living. Really getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They'll just use your mind, but they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5, the service and devotion would think that I would deserve a fat promotion. Want to move ahead, but the boss won't seem to let me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me. Woo! Well, they let you dream just to watch them shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you got dreams he'll never take away. Cause you're in the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for the day the shit will come in, and the tide's gonna turn and it's all gonna roll your way. We're working 9 to 5, wide awake to make a living, really getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind, but they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5, the service and devotion is a better life. And you think about it, don't you? It's a rich man's game. No matter what they call it, and they spend their life putting money in his wallet. 9 to 5, he's got you where he wants you. Really gets him by. And you think about it, don't you? They just use your mind, but they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5, he's got you where he wants you. It's a better life. And you think about it, don't you? It's a rich man's game. No matter what they call it, and they spend their life putting money in his wallet. Woo! All right. Now what a mighty fine pleasure it is to be here tonight with all you good-looking people out here. My goodness. We got a few ugly ones as well, but I ain't going to point you out, because you know who you are, and I don't want to be rude. So come on, Norway, let me see you clapping your hands and dancing on the floor. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. because he talks about you in his sleep. And there's nothing I can do to keep him crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Are you ready? Let's hear you sing. Come on, Jolene, Jolene. Not bad. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Everybody up the back, come on, Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Now you can have your choice of men, but I can never love again, for he's the only one for me, Jolene. Well, I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Are you ready, everybody? Come on, boys. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Are you ready? I want to hear you. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Jolene, Jolene. Why, Jolene? Please don't take my man. Woo! Thank you very much, Norway! Woo!
And that brings us to a close of another episode of The Tribute Show. Thank you especially to our international guest, Sarah Jayne, and to Louie Lee Feltrin, our Robbie Williams. Now, in the weeks ahead, folks, we've been privileged enough to have Dave Evans on the show, the original singer of AC/DC. Stay tuned and see you next week.
That's when I say, can I sit next to you, girl? 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 At intermission, we were doing alright. Until this guy came up and stood by her side. Then he took me by surprise when he threw her one of my lines. She started smiling at him real fine. That's when he said, can I sit next to you, girl? Can I sit next